Hi, it's Sarah here from Camping Across Ontario, and I have just purchased a new sleeping bag, so I thought I would do a review. This is the Rab Women's Neutrino Pro 600, so this is a down sleeping bag. It comes with this kind of giant cotton storage sack, and it also comes with this folding sack that you could trip with that is, it feels like a waterproof material. So I'm going to lay it out and we'll take a look. So I have the sleeping bag laid out here on top of a Thermarest foam mat. So the Women's Neutrino Pro 600 is comfort rated to -5 degrees Celsius. And then Rab here has the limit of comfort at -12 degrees Celsius with an extreme rating of -32 degrees Celsius. I've always been a bit reluctant to get a down bag. My previous bag was the North Face Cat's Meow synthetic bag, just because we always seem to be out in damp environments, and I was afraid of the bag getting wet and me being cold. I tend to be a cold sleeper, although much less so now that I'm in my 40s. According to the manufacturer, this bag is made with hydrophobic down, and I believe the fabric is treated as well to have at least a little bit of water resistance. So hopefully I've made the right choice for me. So this is a left zip, which I prefer, being right-handed. I think this might glow in the dark, not sure. It does have this little tiny zippered pouch up near the opening as well. It has this nice baffle here that sort of snugs up right around your neck and around the back as well. And then you can actually tighten that, tighten the neck warmer, I guess, with this toggle here. And then it has a separate toggle which actually tightens the hood up around you. So it certainly looks and feels nice and warm. It lofts up quite nicely here, just what I've noticed with setting it up. I will certainly do a full review of how it performs on our upcoming canoe trip. So here it is. I have it all packed up in a, well, this is actually a 15-liter dry compression sack. It's cinched all the way down though. I just didn't have another 10-liter sack to try it in, but it compresses down really quite nicely. I did try it in the bag that it came with, but because the down just wants to expand so much, it was kind of, the bag kept getting bigger and bigger. So I decided it was best to use one of our compression sacks that we had. So yeah, it's packed up nicely, all ready to be packed and go on its maiden voyage. So we just finished a backcountry canoe trip here in Algonquin in September. I've been sleeping in my Rab Women's Neutrino Pro 600 for a week now, so I thought it'd be a good time to do a review. Temperature-wise, when we were out in the backcountry, it probably got down to single digits a couple times, maybe 7-8 degrees Celsius. Last night though, here car camping, was our coldest night by far. It was 4 degrees with a wind chill of 2 degrees Celsius. Now mind you, I was in a 3-season tent with 3 other people, but I was so cozy warm. It was chilly going to bed. I slept in my merino, lightweight merino long underwear with a toque on, and I also had this thin little sleeping bag liner, but by the middle of the night, I took off the liner, took off my toque, took off my socks, and my sleeping bag was more than enough to keep me warm. It was fantastic, actually. So I'm very, very pleased with a temperature of 4 degrees in a 3-season tent, but it was fantastic. I felt like it could have been a lot colder and I would have been absolutely fine. Feather-wise, it's really only shed a couple of feathers here and there over the week. I was pleasantly surprised by that. No complaints there. These toggles, so there's the one toggle for the hood and the other toggle for the neck baffle. They didn't get in my way at all. I didn't need to tighten them actually all week long, but they kind of just sat on the side. My last sleeping bag, they would kind of, you know, get in the way every so often, but these were fantastic. They just sat flat. I forgot they were even there. The zipper, it does tend to get caught. I know some sleeping bags have sort of like a ribbon sewn in at the side here. This one does not have that. I'm guessing for a weight reason, it would make it a lot heavier to do that. So the zipper does sometimes get caught, but I find that if I can like get my hand around to the outside and zip it up from the outside, it works a lot better. So that's what I've been doing. In the morning, there were a few mornings where I woke up where it was a little bit damp on the bag, a little bit of condensation from my breathing. But it certainly, I didn't have any cold spots or anything like that, and it dried really quite quickly. One night my feet were a little cold, but I changed socks for the following night and I was fine. And again, last night with it being 4 degrees, I was absolutely fine. I sleep on my back, I sleep on both sides, depending. Certainly some of our sites were on a hill, so a lot of kind of rolling around was involved to try and get comfortable. I mean, my shoulders, they're not the most narrow, but they're not the widest. I had tons of room in here. It was great, actually. No complaints there. I'm only 5'2", so the bag is a little bit long for me, which might explain why my feet were cold that one night, but this is the shortest length I believe that they have, so I could just, you know, shove a sweater down in there too to keep warm. Sleeping pad wise, because I know that plays a big role too, we actually brought 2 with us for this trip because we wanted to make sure we were going to be warm and comfortable. So we actually had both our Thermarest foam pads and also our Thermarest Pro self-inflating pads. So that might have played a role as to why we were so warm as well. But so far, I know it's only been a week, but I highly recommend it. I'm happy with my purchase. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to follow us as we camp across Ontario. And please comment down below if you have any questions for us. Happy camping!